Music is life. Music is my world. Music is everything to me.
They call me Mr Grei.
It is my life pulse. It is the thing that goes with my life story as if it's a movie for the world to see. Music can literally take me from a point of deep depression to a positive euphoria in just one song. A couple drum patterns mixed with some strings and a bass line and some keys and maybe some lyrics. It's just incredible what music is. It's seriously one of the greatest gifts I think we have as human beings. And it's timeless. It's everything. You don't even need words for a lot of music. It's its own language. You know, my music background started back when I was younger. My mom's a music teacher, actually. And I wanted to play the drums, and she's like, well, if you want to play the drums, you got to take piano lessons, because that's how you have to get into percussion. You got to take piano lessons. So I took 3 years of piano lessons. And then I was in the middle school band, did percussion, and then I kind of let it all go for a second just to play sports, which in retrospect, I wouldn't advise that. I would continue with your craft. But, you know, I knew I had a place in music, but I knew I may not have been in that realm. And this guy, a la Mr. Chip, moves to my high school when I'm 16, and this is when I had started to really figure out what hip-hop music was, and you know, some different genres within that, and this guy named Tupac Shakur, you know, and this guy, Mr. Chip, moves from California to my high school, which was in a small town in Illinois, Canton to be exact, and he was a rapper, he was a producer, he had family members who were in the music industry, and he knew the game, and you know, him and I hit it off because we both played basketball. So we were on the basketball team together, and you know, he's like, well, you want to rap? And I had always written poems and stuff like that, and you know, to me, you know, I'm kind of like, not embarrassed, but yeah, man, I want to learn how to rap. So he kind of took me under his wing, and from there, over the past 12, 13 years, we have evolved, you know, from having we had a group back in the day called Ryman, and, you know, then I moved out to Vegas, as he's out here now too, and I had connected with Ryan Pineda, and we made this musical collection called Vegas Music, and we did an album of that. And it's pretty much just life in Vegas, because when I first moved to Las Vegas, it was a complete party. That's all I did. I worked, and I went and partied, and then we would go make songs about what we did. And it was great because it was actually original. It was really authentic, too. Like, you can ask anyone that we name in those songs and the places we were naming, we were there. We knew those people. We were having a blast. I have Vegas stories that, when my children are the right age, I will tell them that are insane, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. But I quickly realized I can't really live at this pace, or else I'm going to die, or I need to move. So now, you know, I've gone into the kind of the heady underground realm a little bit, you know, but I didn't really feel that was as much my niche. Mr. Chip. People, if you don't know yet, you'll hear him producing songs and doing some singing on the hooks, but let me tell you, he is one of the greatest rappers that the world doesn't know yet. And I'm telling you right now, you can quote me right now in this interview, Mr. Chip is one of the sickest rappers, lyricists that this world will ever see. And I'm in the studio with him all the time, and I've known him for over a decade, and I'm telling you, just watch. But to me, like, who do I like musically? Man, everybody. I started out really loving hip hop, still do. Hip hop's my heart, but jazz, classical. I've really gotten into rock and roll, like really going back to the Beatles albums and Rolling Stones. Rest in peace to Prince, really studying his character, his persona, his musical, niche that he had. I like Marilyn Manson. I like everybody. I think there's so many different realms, and I love 70s disco. I'm a huge disco fan. I love Wham, George Michael's and Wham. I listen to Everything She Wants. I've probably listened to that song. I've probably listened to it 1,000 times now because I don't know, there's the instrumentation of it, the message. I one day want to create my own version of my own Everything She Wants because that song's classic. I like, in terms of classical music, I like Sebastian Bach. I love Mozart, Beethoven. Man, the list goes on. But with music, I don't like genres anymore either. I think we are to a point musically where things are crossing over so much. People are worried about, well, is this trap? Is this folk? Is this, is this that? If it's good music, it's good music. Let's just leave it at that. Good music is good music. So that's how I'm going to categorize it. I consider what I'm making, I'm just going to call that music. Yes, people who listen to it could say, well, I see the EDM influence, or okay, there's a little hip hop feel to that. But like, I'm not going to try to categorize it as anything. It's just music, it's art. Because a lot of what I'm trying to do, the music is part of it. But the visual creation and the story and the lifestyle, it's just big, moving planet. We're just trying to create our own planet of stuff. I think Andy Warhol said, don't ever follow the crowd. Instead, go your own way and start doing what you're doing, and then the crowd will come to you. That's how I see it. And if that's one person, great. If that's 1 million, awesome. But either way, we got to stay true to what we want to do and, how we want to do it, into our authentic selves. Because it comes down to being happy. I think music, for a lot of artists, it's just in you. You just have to do it. Like, you're not... I would argue to say that, yeah, you could say that some artist goes, okay, I can make a ton of money off of this and this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, a music artist creates music because they just love to create music. That's all they want to do. And I've gotten to the point in my life where I've done so many different things. And the more you guys get to know me, you probably like, really? You've done this, 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 and this. And I have a lot of abilities to do many different things, but if you're not into it, you're not going to do a phenomenal job at it. You might be capable of doing a phenomenal job at it, but if your heart's not in it, it's just not a good fit. Whereas like with music is the one thing to me where if money didn't matter, and I'm on a stranded island, but I have some beats and a piece of paper and maybe a camera like this so I can at least make some type of video out of it, that's all I ever want. And that's all I want to do for the rest of my life, is create visual music art. It's everything to me. Music is my soul.